Are headless CMSs more expensive than traditional? Well, yes, they are. More traditional CMSs like WordPress are often promoted as being quick and cheap to get your website going. The whole point about the whole ecosystem though is that there's different websites and CMSs depending on your context. If you're a scaling, fast-growing company, that using your website for commercial purposes, you're not going to nickel and dime on a cheap CMS. You're going to want something that's powerful, best of breed, and enterprise grade. Headless is often more expensive for a couple of reasons. It's quite heavy on developer input, particularly senior dev input, because of course you're decoupling the front end and back end. You don't have this all in one jumble of content and design in the one place. It's separate. So essentially what you're doing is you're separating the skills and letting editorial and marketing people work on the content and designers and developers work on the front end. Of course, that can spike the build costs because you're having to get more people working on it, and you don't have the rich plugin ecosystem that you get with something like WordPress. But you're also kind of comparing like a bespoke design versus an off-the-shelf one. It is a more crafted website because again, it's designed to enable you to be pixel perfect, to optimize pages and optimize the site so that it is highly performant and really secure. So there's some of the trade-offs you've got to make. However, what's happening is there's been a bit of an evolution, and companies like Contento are involved in that the cost is being brought down because of the increase in things like libraries and starter kits that enable developers and agencies in particular to kind of rinse and repeat certain core functionalities and setups that save time, reducing the cost. And finally, you've got your annual enterprise license that you need to pay to the headless CMS provider. Again, there's evidence of some price gouging going on amongst a couple of the market leaders where you can get caught with a 10x ratchet between tiers, but you've other providers, market entry, newer market entry providers like Contento that are, offering more attractive entry-level pricing where you get a huge amount of the feature set that you'd expect, but you don't have the 10x price jumps between the different tiers. So in a nutshell, it can be a more expensive route, but you are getting a very different CMS than an all-in-one cheap and cheerful solution from some of the entry-level CMSs.